send all hate mail.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, exactly. So, all right, here we are. This is episode 4. This is our Christmas special. I am Captain.
I'm Coke.
And we have a special guest with us in the studio today. It is Officer Dick Hurtz. Welcome to the show, Dick.
What's up, you guys? Woo-woo!
So,
it's good to have you in the kitchen today.
It's a pleasure to be in the kitchen today. It's one of my favorite rooms of the house.
That's right. That's right.
We are going to get into a lot of fun stuff today. We have a Sexmas trivia where 2 of our listeners will actually be able to win some money. So that'll be fun. We'll get into what grinds our gears. We'll have a couple of questions for our special guest here. We'll go into our mailbag and
each other.
We'll go into each other.
No. Listen.
I'm sorry. I didn't sign up for that shit.
No. Questions for each other, not just our guests.
Got it. Okay.
And if I wanted to get all up in somebody, okay?
Not it.
Yeah.
No, what?
Government names. We're 10 seconds into the fucking show.
God damn it.
10 seconds. Well, that'll be bleeped out.
Yeah.
So,
more work for Mr. Rogers over here.
And then they wonder why they call me Dicker.
So, Officer Hurtz, just some general ground rules. We do not say government names. That will obviously protect us, protect you, and anybody
That's how they get you.
we're about to tell stories to. So, from there, where do you want to start the show, Coke?
Me? So I was thinking we can start off with the questions for each other. There are some things I've been wanting to ask you, and I think there's things you want to ask me. We do know each other a fair good amount, I would say, a long time. But I wanted to start with some questions. And do you want me to ask you first?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. What do you got?
So I have 3 questions.
Okay.
Okay, up 1.
Here we go.
All right, so the first one. So what's your opinion on step parents? Now, you have a step parent, I think we all probably, well, no, one person in this room doesn't, but I know I did.
Because I don't have parents.
I'm sure there's good ones out there.
Yeah, well, I know you had a special relationship with yours.
Yeah, let's see. Where do you want to start?
Let's dabble.
When he hung me over a balcony when I was like 4 years old by my ankles.
The sex dungeon.
I think that was tough love.
Yeah. No, that was when he threw me when he threw me in the pool trying to teach me how to swim.
Did you swim?
No.
Did you die?
No, someone had to come in and get me. But
Pussy.
But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be a step parent.
Okay. Yeah. We learned about that last show. Yeah.
Oh, how'd that $40 go, by the way?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He pushed out.
Gotcha. He was out.
He pushed out.
Bullshit. The only person out of the 2 of us who has ever pushed out of watching was you.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
Really?
I stopped watching.
Who
Bitch,
who was standing in the corner?
No.
Who was standing in the corner?
Somebody got fucking selfish and went into the bathroom and shut the door.
You're damn right, I got mine. But wait,
okay.
After I shared with my
not
friends.
Like my boy here, we share.
Wait.
We share.
Did I not share with my friends first? Did E get his?
Okay, his finger got it.
Oh, there was more than fingers there.
Anywho.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
All right.
All right, so you want to ask me one? We'll go back and forth on this.
So let's see. What do I got for you? So, just a kind of random question. Mine are not in the Dr. Phil-esque category that you have. So, if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And why?
That's a good question. I've always
not be a Jew.
That'd be my superpower. I'd like to be able to spend money without worrying. So I would say fly.
That really would be a superpower.
Yeah, I would fly.
Okay.
I like to fly. I've always wanted to. Think it'd be fun.
What do you think would be the best benefits of being able to fly?
Getting places a hell of a lot quicker.
No traffic. No traffic. See?
But I'm not dealing with traffic.
What about you, Officer Hurtz? What would be your superpower?
Mind reading.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a very good one.
Yeah.
So I could look right across and be like, "No, fuck you, bitch!" before they say it.
That's right.
I'd be like, "Yeah, it's that big.
That's
yes, it is."
First of all,
you'd be amazing on game shows.
I know.
Right.
You know.
Fucking somebody's winning trivia.
That's it.
Got it.
So when are you gonna come out?
Of the closet or like out for dinner or No, unfortunately, as much as I do have metrosexual tendencies and I do like art and culture,
Yeah.
I like the pussy too much.
Okay, that's good. Good.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. We don't judge.
Another question I have
Yeah.
for you: if you could push a button
Okay.
and boom, one person of your choosing, anywhere on Earth dies,
Okay.
who's that person?
Somebody I don't know.
Okay,
You just said
but just a random person
yeah.
you don't know?
Yeah, it could be a guy over in fucking Indonesia. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
just anybody.
pick some random
Yeah,
guy.
just
Got
am I
it.
getting something by pushing this button?
I mean, somebody dies.
But that's it. Like I don't get any financial benefit.
Nope.
Well, then maybe I wouldn't push the button.
Okay.
I might not.
So no Kim Jong Un, nobody.
No,
Nothing?
listen. Do what you gotta do. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, that's it.
Got
you know
it.
what I'm saying? Okay.
All right.
But so my last.
You're appealing to the fans in North Korea.
That's
I
it.
see what you're
Listen,
doing.
we gotta
We'll do some
get viewers. So listen.
Again, no viewers. It's
Thank
an audio
you.
show.
That's right. I made that mistake last time.
All right.
No viewers. Thank God.
Yeah.
They're in a screen big enough to contain all
So,
this shit.
my last question for you.
Okay.
Actually, I think he was going to ask me if I had
Oh,
one.
okay, were you?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure he was coming.
my
this way.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Go
Sorry
ahead,
about
Officer Hurtz.
My
What do you
bad.
got? You push the button.
If I had to push a button, as of right now, and I know that we don't like to get too political, but if I had to push a button, I would probably push the button, and it would probably kill Boris Johnson. And Boris Johnson is the current PM
Yeah.
of England.
He's
and,
the English Donald Trump.
and the world can only handle one of those.
That's true.
So
That's
I'd
true.
just like to do the British people a favor.
that button.
Thanks, Yanks. Or thanks. Actually, sorry, we're the Yanks for you guys, but thanks you guys. The people have spoken.
That's it. So I have one last question. This will go for both of you.
Okay.
So all three of us have played video games,
Sure.
right? What would be your? I'm going to go with Officer Hurtz. What's your top 2 video games of all time?
Skyrim Special Edition, and I'm gonna kind of geek out on fanboy and just say the entire Halo franchise.
Halo?
Halo.
Okay.
The entire Halo franchise. I like that first person
Okay.
shoot 'em up, and I like the whole storyline.
Right.
I don't care what the haters say. Reach was go fuck yourself. It was just a fun. Just a fun series, but I still play Skyrim. I mod the shit out of Skyrim, and I still play Skyrim to this day, and I absolutely am just
Love it.
love it.
All
It
right.
just
Right on.
is really cool.
Cool.
So if we're going all time, I mean, I have to give GoldenEye a shout out.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
like
that
that
was
game.
the game that you could invite all your friends over any time of day, and it was like, all right, golden gun, one
Right.
kill shot. Everyone would say, no odd job, fuck you, I got odd job, suck it. That was a classic game, and I mean, to this day, like, if you had 20 people over and like got GoldenEye hooked up to a TV, that would be an awesome fucking night. So I have to say GoldenEye. My other one would be GTA 5.
That's a good game.
And
That's a
there's
good game.
so many reasons. I mean, the franchise alone, just the freedom and the ability to you just get in a car, drive across town, get a prostitute, rob her and get your money back, and then go run over 3 people, and
Yeah.
just it's a great way to
Did you ever
unleash.
Did you ever get the prostitute, take your money back, then throw her in front of the car and run her over? That's a fun one.
That's a fun. He's like, I've seen that in Coco sometimes.
I would like to
Actually,
drive into them and get them on the hood of the car where they're like kind of hanging
Hanging
on
off.
and just drive around. So that was good. And then when they took it online, I mean, that was the one thing that was really missing for years with that franchise, was taking it online. And the most fun thing for me online is
Right.
just to go into free play. There's no points. People are just getting helicopters and driving across town and
There's a flying tank.
Yeah. So when they start doing those different mods and stuff
yeah,
to
they
it,
had
that was cool as shit.
DeLorean.
Yeah.
I stole someone's DeLorean. I didn't even know, like, it was a special thing that you had to get, and I just stole it and was flying
Like I was like,
around.
God damn it, fucker, son of a bitch.
I think those are really great, but I do have to give an honorable mention to Red Dead Redemption.
Yes,
That
definitely.
is so
That is
fucking
an awesome
incredible.
game.
I have spent hours just like hog-tying random people
Yeah.
and like throwing them to the gators or like throwing them on the train tracks and watching the
watching
train,
the train
come
run.
by.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
I
a-
had
that's
so
a
much
cool game.
fun playing that fucking game.
Yeah.
And you know what, to all these cocksuckers who say, oh, the violent video games, that's why people are doing shit. You know what? Everybody at this table has played violent video games, and to my
Absolutely.
knowledge, none of us have shot up a Kmart. So, You know,
Yep, no, you're right. Thank
it's
you.
all bullshit.
No,
Yeah, no, that's good.
I don't
That's
think,
good.
I don't think his street name was Kmart.
So good round of questions. Do you want to get into what's pissing us off this week?
Yeah, we can start with that. I actually have 3 things that are pissing me off.
Okay, speak on this.
So I'm gonna talk about the first one. Might be a little sensitive to Mr. Hurtz, but what the fuck is going on with everything the hate of the police officers? The shit that just happened in New Jersey or Jersey
I actually
City.
wrote down one of the same things,
Okay.
but from a different perspective.
Right, but like Jesus Christ now, like before, like these people were getting ambushed, and all they're doing is trying to do their fucking job. You know what I mean? Like, yes,
Some of them.
For $17 an hour.
right, yes, and I'm sure you're gonna go the opposite way here, but I think yes, there are other bad apples in the bunch. I'm sure.
Yeah, we don't like them either.
Yeah. Okay, but for the most part, majority of them are doing their job, trying to keep you safe, and these fucking people are getting shot, and they're just doing their job.
But
They got families.
I think most people agree.
Well, first of all, we'll start it off like this. You get up to start your day.
Right.
And your job is to go out and make people feel safe and to do the right thing.
Oh, I could never do it. Like,
that's
I mean,
your
my
job.
hat's off to
Okay.
anybody who.
It is a public service and it is a calling. It is not for everybody. But for you to know that there's a possibility that you could go to work. Like if you're an IT guy and you go to work, you know you're going home at night. I used to get up and there'd be, in the back of your mind somewhere, it could happen.
Yeah.
So you can't armchair quarterback these guys when you see something pop up on the media and they go, man, he's whacking this kid or he's choking him out or he's this or he's that. You see these Vine videos and all
But
this
to an
kind of
extent,
stuff.
the idea that you decide to put it's the same thing like the people who go to war who are in the military, and then you see them like cutting off heads of people and like posing in front of them and stuff. Like, just because you put your life on the line, and yes, you do take that risk, and mad respect to anybody who does that, doesn't mean that I can't say, well, you did something and this is wrong. Like, and again, I'm not a judge, so they're not going to face me anyway.
And that's,
but
but the problem now is we have the court of public opinion.
Yep.
And 90% of people will go, that white guy hit that, or that white cop hit that black kid for no reason,
and it's all over,
and it's done. And now you're in an IA, you're stuck being off of work for 3 or 4 months, however long that shit takes. You're not getting paid.
But you have to admit, like you said, we don't like those guys, right? You have to admit that just like any profession, I don't care what profession you're in, there is a percentage of people who don't belong doing that job,
absolutely.
and who fucking abuse the system, and who fucking do things.
Absolutely.
Every time I see a cop getting arrested for like fucking the prostitute, he was caught on camera, and those are hilarious.
Those are great.
Best. When it's like he was back in some alley and didn't realize there was a camera
The drug
there.
narcotics unit selling drugs.
Yeah.
I mean, of course. And those are the guys that give the 99.9% of everybody else the bad name.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's like that in everything.
So,
if politicians were honest, and then you got one on there that said, he's a liar, he's a liar, he's a liar, you'd think they're all liars.
The great one is recently there was a youth professor. Actually, I want to take that back. I'm going to bleep out that part because I'm 99.9% positive that's the school.
Right.
But just in case not, I don't want to put it out there. But there was a professor.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure that's the school.
Okay, you said that.
He taught classes in money laundering and anti-money laundering and everything else like that.
Yeah.
He just got arrested by the FBI for this huge money laundering scheme, and I thought it was those who don't teach, who can't do, but like it's all out there, and I mean I'm sure we could spend an hour talking about that, but
that's actually one of the things that grinds my gears, and you don't hear about the police department drives SWAT van into impoverished neighborhood and gives out thousands of dollars worth of toys. You don't hear that story
because it's not headlines.
Right.
And that's another thing.
Absolutely.
Like even I used to work for a sports team, and you always see a player in the news when they get a DUI or they get in trouble. But what most people don't realize is these guys every day after practice are going to the children's hospital and spending hours there. They're going and handing out turkeys for Thanksgiving back in their neighborhoods. They're going out and doing all these things, and it never gets. Sometimes they'll do a feel-good story on something, but most of the time it gets no attention because it doesn't. It's not headlines.
Right.
It doesn't make the news. So that's another thing. And actually, you were talking about how they spin headlines. One of the things that grinds my gears is there was, and we talked about this last week, how there was a headline that, about the lady who got kidnapped.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Publix
yeah.
that was just, she was just a dumbass. So this headline, I read this headline. The title of this article is, "Man Saves His Dog from Attacking Dog with Gunshot, comma, also shoots fellow owner." So I read the article, and what the article should say is Psycho Man shoots his neighbor from 30 feet away,
Right.
and he should be in jail.
Right.
So, but the way this article is written is so apologist for the guy who shot the gun, because, I'm sure, gun rights activists, and, he had a right to shoot his neighbor 30 feet away. So it says, a 74-year-old man turned to gunfire to save his dog from being attacked by another dog.
74?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says this man was walking his Jack Russell mix, Little Paco. So they put the name of the dog because they want you to really feel bad for Little Paco. They want you to connect.
Who's wearing his red bandana?
Yeah. They were on the same familiar path
service dog.
they've taken for the last 11 years when a large black lab attacked...
I got black.
I gotta be black.
Come here, Peter.
This article, should say elementary school teacher gets shot by psycho fucking neighbor, but it doesn't.
It's not gonna catch your attention.
To what we were just saying, the media, definitely puts their spin on things. So that's one of the things that.
But it's making it's making us soft in our judgment, because we're relying on these people to give us news. But the problem is they only giving us the news that you want to see.
But and that's a fair assessment. But I think the problem with that is the people who know that, what you're saying, they're probably not relying on it as much. But the problem is, the majority of the world is stupid.
Oh, sheep.
We know this. They're sheep.
Right.
So no matter what you put out in media, no matter what they're just gonna go with it. I mean, that's why you look at the average person, how unintelligent they are, and realize that at least half the population is dumber than that, and realize that they're all voters. So that's where again, like, I don't want to get all political,
I have a view that is opposite, because I think as an individuals have their own talents and their own things that make them who they are, and the problem is once they become a group,
yes,
they become
100%.
A society. Because if I can talk to an individual and an individual says, yeah, this and this and this, you're fine. But if those people become Antifa,
that mob mentality,
they become Antifa or they become something else, now it's like you're all just sheep because he said so. And that's kind of a downer, and the media, and it's all sources of media. So, like, I encourage you to, if you see an article, try and find it someplace else to verify it, and you'll find out that you probably won't get the same information in the other article.
Never. And that's the biggest problem. Is you're 100% right, but most people won't.
Correct.
Like, I actually had a conversation with my sister one time before presidential debate, and I said, "Hey, are you watching the debate?" And she was like, "No, because that's the other party that I don't, associate with." And I'm like, "But don't you understand? You're playing the game.
Then how do you?
How do you know?
Then how are you informed?
You're not informed." So 100% agree. Did you have anything else?
Hashtag Brexit.
No, we'll get into some other stuff.
I did have something else that grinded my gears. I don't know if you guys saw the video of this reporter who was...
Got her ass slapped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So there was like a marathon or something. Mm-hmm. This lady was reporting at the scene, and everybody's running by the camera like, "Hi," waving to mom. Yeah. Well, this guy thinks this is his perfect opportunity.
Did you assume his gender?
Yeah. No, I did not. He self-identified.
Okay, all right, cool. Okay.
So he steps out of line and is coming past her, and he winds up and just gets a big old smack of the ass, right?
Right.
And she's obviously horrified by this and tries to stay professional.
Because it's live TV, right?
Yeah. Okay. So after the incident is over, she takes to Twitter and is just like, to the gentleman who thought it was appropriate to grab me and do that on national TV, just not cool.
Not
like
cool.
This opens up a bigger discussion, right? Because if any of us have had significant others or know women that, have been to a club or a bar, or even if you've gone out with them, sometimes you find out after the fact that on the way to the bathroom somebody grabs their ass. And sometimes they're wise enough not to tell us, when we're there, because we would kill that fucking person.
Right.
And it just always blows my fucking mind that what goes through a man's fucking head that says, this is not a person I know. I don't have any relationship with them.
Oh no.
I am a grown-up adult. And I am deciding, you know what? I'm gonna grab this person,
You should probably never do that.
And grope them. You should never ever do that.
Never.
And what's great about this guy is he's a youth leader and a Boy Scout leader, and
not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. He's obviously about to lose some positions over that, but it just
as he should.
100%, because it just. Don't touch it. If it's not yours, don't touch it.
Exactly.
Like, that's the simple fucking rule for everything in life. And it just blows my mind when women have told me these horrific stories where they're in the club and they're trying to move through crowds and people are sticking their hand, like, on their vagina and, like, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Those people should be sodomized by Clydesdales. Like, I hate them. If I could push a button,
or the president.
That's who I would fucking end right there. So that's what grinds my gears.
I'd go for president.
There you go. Well, you know what time it is.
What time's that?
Do you hear that sound?
Oh, I do.
Do you hear it?
Yep.
It is our drink of the day.
Drink of the day.
Drink of the day is going to be brought to you by none other than the old-fashioned drink. It's not just for Trump voters. An old-fashioned is a classic way to enjoy some bourbon. Speaking of things that are just old-fashioned, you know that dating world has changed so much in the past decade, right? So I know some people.
Me too.
That as a single person, who are on these third-party apps.
Oh.
Okay.
Guilty.
And they know and have some great conversations with some people.
Not guilty.
And you said not guilty. I would like to get into maybe some of the conversations you guys might have had. I've been a married man now of, I think, 5 years or something like that. Somewhere around that area.
Shout out to Lime.
Woo, woo. But so it was, before my time, I guess.
You're welcome for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can definitely get into that shit. I don't know where to start.
So do you guys have any good stories of maybe some text conversations you might have had and just fucking weirded out the girl, or you were just like so honest about some things, weirded her the shit out where she's just like, what the fuck? Because we were just so honest. Who has some stories? Mr. Hurtz?
Oh, shit. So, back in the day, Coke and I used to frequent a local watering hole. And we were regulars. We got invited to the company Christmas party there and all this kind of shit. I mean, we
good time.
I had a tab that actually lasted a week. they ran the tab for the whole week. They didn't worry about cashing me out every night.
That's right.
So we were out at this local establishment, and Coke is talking to a couple of our mutual friends, and a mutual friend of the friends that we were talking about happens to show up, walk over, and proceeds to talk to me. Now, if I can be brutally honest,
Mr. Hurtz, I would appreciate if you would be brutally honest.
I
That's
shall.
the only way we do it here.
That's right.
I shall. So,
I shall.
if I can be,
Yes.
if I may, this girl, we will call her Pigface Girl, and we're going to call her Pigface Girl because exactly how it sounds, she had a pig face. It was a gargoyle-ish, like piggish thing. Her nose turned up, flaring nostrils. She just needed a ring and a curly tail, and I wouldn't have known the difference.
I bet you had a nice personality, though.
Probably.
I wouldn't know, because at that moment in my life, I was a super dick. Because she came up and said, "Hi, who are you?" And I looked right at her and I said, "I'm Oogie Boogie." "Who the fuck are you?" And she said,
What?
"Oh, haha, what?" Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Almost like that.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. And she said, well, where do you live? And I said, well, I come from 125th and Broadway, baby.
You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. And she stood there and listened to me just rattle off stupid shit like that for probably, 5 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah, about 5 minutes before she finally went, okay, bye.
Yeah.
and we just waved it away.
Yeah.
See you later.
So speaking of crazy bitches, got one for you. Okay.
Oh, I don't want it.
No givesies, backsies.
Like, no takesies.
Do you remember?
Just like the fucks. Send the
We'll
sluts back
call
to you.
it flaky. So
Wait, which one?
well, that's what we're gonna get into.
Oh, okay.
The one who didn't want a relationship, right?
Yeah.
Mooched off.
Oh.
Remember that story? I'm gonna let you tell that one.
Oh, okay.
When I got that phone call, when are you guys gonna be here?
Oh!
Yes, I'm gonna let you say that story. That person.
Okay.
So didn't want the relationship
Yep,
and everything else. So then I became the that asshole guy that all the girls like.
Yep.
And I was just like a complete dick.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And what does this girl do? So we're sitting there, right? We're having a good time. Me, Officer Hurtz, and Flaky. We're hanging out. And we talked. We had went on a date. I don't know, like probably the weekend before.
You and Hurtz or you and Flaky?
But all three.
Oh, okay.
No, me and Flaky. And
we use the date every day.
Yeah. That's right. It was a great first date. Went dinner. She wanted to go to a strip club. Got out there, started dancing and everything. Good time. Fun time. Pussy Control was the song. Yep, you know. So we're sitting there, and I was, I liked her, and I was like, so do you want this to go any further? What do you want to do? No, I don't want to date anybody right now. I was like, okay, cool, bet, right? It is what it is. So she meets us out at
and
our
what
place.
you heard is, we're just gonna fuck.
Okay, bitch, that's what we're doing. So
No, actually, he wasn't.
No.
Actually, he didn't.
I did
He
not.
just he really blew her off. He was like, fuck him, whatever.
Yeah, like I got time for these bitches. Okay?
Whatever.
So we're hanging out. She mooches off as us. Mooches off.
I think I know this one. I
You
think I
might.
smelled this one.
No,
No.
you did it.
That wasn't
No,
that one?
no,
It was a different one.
Different one. That's funny. And so then, as we're sitting there, she's sitting next to me, and we're sitting at the table, have a good time, enjoying each other's company and bullshit, listen to music, drinking beer, and there's fucking girls all over the bar. Okay, and I'm staring. I'm a guy. Okay, my blood's pumping, right? And she gets all upset. What are you looking at? I'm like, that ass. That's what I'm looking at. You're not allowed to look at that ass. So it's
Wait, this is while you were in the strip club, or you
No,
were at a
no, this is after. This was just days after.
We were out at a drinking establishment.
Yes, that's right. We were right off with a little watering hole.
With boundaries already laid out.
Yes, she did. She
Didn't want a
wanted to do her
relationship.
thing.
Didn't
Yeah.
do this. Blah,
I'm
blah,
doing
blah.
my thing.
Still hanging out and.
For this person, she's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, her ass. That's what I'm looking at. You don't have to look at that. Why the fuck not? Because we're together. No, the fuck we're not.
And then I actually chimed in, and you were looking too. So let's not fuck around.
Okay. So. So, and then she proceeds to tell me, we're gonna date. Oh, we're gonna date now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I'm like, we're dating now. So we're like, you're saying we're boyfriend and girlfriend and shit. Yeah. Okay.
It's a surprise, by the way.
Yeah, surprise. That's news to me. So I'm like, okay.
The beer is in the
In the
drawer
very
right
bottom
there,
or the top drawer?
The top drawer.
No.
Top drawer
There you go.
in the bottom
underneath
of the top
some
drawer.
shit. You gotta look underneath shit.
Dealing with
Yeah.
true professionals here.
That's right. So anyway, that's it. So and then
So surprise, we're dating.
surprise,
Kind of
we're
like
dating.
surprise dick in the laundry room.
Right. It wasn't a surprise. It was coming. So
Well, maybe it wasn't, but I get where you were going.
Hence
So then I'm like, all right, because I liked her. I was like, okay, well, fuck it. All right, let's see what happens. Maybe that's what she needed, right? Oh, well, something you can't have, right? The next day.
next day.
Hey, yeah.
It hasn't even been 20
Right.
hours.
I don't think that, I want a boyfriend right now. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I was done. Done at that point. Done with this bitch. Bitches are crazy.
So fucking crazy.
They are. But then the best part is when she called before the night that happened. And I'm going to let Mr. Hurtz tell the story. Because we're sitting there, have a nice gentleman's dinner, have a good time, talking about game plan for the night. I get a phone call. This is what he hears.
Hello? So. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Then I guess you wait. Click.
That's not what it was.
All right.
It was, okay, because every time we came there, we went to this bar.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch would, like, fucking stink on shit. Hey, you go, hey, can I get a drink? Because we put it in the tab, okay? Can I get a drink? Can I get a drink? Hey, so she calls us, we're out eating dinner. Hey, we're going to be here. I don't fucking know. We're eating dinner. Man, I don't know, 10, 10:30. Well, I'm here now. Good for you.
Good for you.
I go, well, fucking find somebody else to mooch up like you usually do. Won't be there when we fucking get there. Click. Just hung up straight like that. That's the night. That's when I became that asshole, and that's when she got all fucking attracted.
Yep.
That's usually how it works.
I know.
I had to throw it back. I had to throw it back because him saying it is actually way better than what
Yeah.
I could have said it because that was.
I thought you
That was
remembered.
fucking. What?
I thought you would remember.
I did remember,
Okay.
but you saying it is just way better.
Speaking of remembering things,
Yes.
You actually contacted us after listening to one of the previous shows and said that you would like to actually correct some inaccuracies
Oh, yes.
from a previously told story.
Now, cleaning lady. Cleaning lady. Remember, he got cleaning lady. He got cleaning lady. He got cleaning lady.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
He
Cleaning
got
lady.
he got cleaning lady because I passed on cleaning lady. She called me first.
Just sloppy seconds, huh?
No.
No,
He's the only one that didn't.
I'm the only one.
Out of our little trio of people.
Kind of like you with that other girl.
Yes.
From
When
our
I
other
could have,
trio.
but I didn't.
And that's
That's
right. You should
That's
have
right.
completed
we are Eskimo brothers.
We are.
The cycle would have been complete.
It would have been. It would have been.
So yeah, cleaning lady called me on the phone. I was in a
Cleaning
committed
lady.
relationship, and I said,
Real
no.
quick, just to foreshadow this, really quick. So I was talking with cleaning lady,
Yeah.
okay, and she talked mad shit.
Oh, she talks mad shit.
Mad shit
She
about
talks mad
how
shit.
crazy and freaky she is, all this other stuff. I'm just like, no, like
You can do me. You can do me anywhere.
Yeah, I'd rather do this, I'd rather do this, and you're like
Lay it
thinking
down.
you're in for a fucking treat. And anyway, go ahead.
What do you mean? Go ahead. I've never hit it. You got to tell us.
No, so
No, she
Okay,
does
so,
talk
go
mad.
ahead.
She does talk mad
Yeah.
shit, and of course, out of our trio of friends, I'm the only one that hasn't had cleaning lady, and I think I'm glad about that. 'Cause,
So are you you're currently single?
I am currently
So
single.
are you on the dating apps as well?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
They are
So-
fucking worthless trash.
I
The
mean,
fucking mouth breathers that are on there.
Yeah, I
just
mean, I
do-
definitely have hit and miss. Sometimes I use it just to troll people. As Coke has alluded to, sometimes I'll just use song lyrics. And it'll take them
fantastic.
like 2 days to figure out that I'm just trolling them with song lyrics. So
I'm
some,
boogie boogie.
some of that shit's really funny. I've had other people share their stories with me and like the craziness. One of the things that's popular right now going around is if you see this like hashtag daddy gang. And
fuck?
you know, these are these women who are looking
We
for
didn't
their
finish story about cleaning lady.
sugar daddies and things like that. But a lot of these girls in their profile will put their Cash App handle and just be like, send me $5 and see what happens. Bitch, how about I slap you upside the head and know what the fuck happens? Like,
Send me your address and I'll show you what happens.
You know who I want to die when I push the button? The asshole that sends them $5. Because these fucking whores, I'm sure, are making a killing every day by just, 40 random assholes, like, sending them fucking money.
I can do that. I said, send me $5. You'll never see my face again. Like a fucking fortune.
Jesus fucking Christ,
Definitely got a
man.
face per podcast.
Like, it's just, and then, I was actually talking to this one girl the other day, and we were talking about, what I do for a living, which, some people might say is not much, but I'm the hardest working person without a 9-to-5 job that I know.
I'm an unemployed entrepreneur.
But anyways, I was talking to her and she said, well, I'm looking for someone who
You start calling up Costanza.
has a 5-year plan, and knows
She got a 5-year plan?
she wants someone with a 5-year plan who has some security. And I said,
So
well,
she
you
wants-
should have met me 5 years ago
Someone-
because I had a great fucking job and I was making a 6-figure income. Like
I would have said so you want someone in jail.
it would have sounded like
Got a 5-year
stability.
plan, so he's in
But
jail.
that's the problem is like, anything can disappear in a second. I mean, you have experience with where you had a job once that the corporate came down and said, hey, we've eliminated your positions. I've had jobs similar, the same thing. So this idea...
Me too.
Yep. So this idea that, well, I want a man who, you know, has a good, stable job. Like, bitch, he could get fired tomorrow. And then you're just left with a fucking guy. So if you don't like him for who the fuck he is... And the biggest thing that I, you know, was saying to this bitch is like, all these people who go on Shark Tank... who fucking, you know, leave their corporate jobs and they're trying to, you know, they're trying to make something of themselves. Those are the people who are going to hire your fucking piece of shit boyfriends or husbands until they decide they don't need them and fucking cut them. Like this whole idea that just, you know, oh, you need to have a 9 to 5, you know, middle management job for the next, like that's breaking society. That was actually one of the things that was grinding my gears. We didn't get to it. But like, I hate this fucking mentality that even like Gary Vaynerchuk, if anybody follows him or knows who Gary V is, he talks about like school doesn't prepare anybody for entrepreneurship. It teaches you how to like follow the rules and stay in line, but it doesn't teach you how to go out for yourself and hustle and make money and things like that.
Our educational system now, my daughter goes to a predominantly private school, and
predominantly private?
A predominant.
Oh.
It is a very well established.
I thought you were saying it's mostly private. There's a little bit of public in there.
It's very well established private school. Anyway, she goes to school.
Prominent, I think, is what you were looking for.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, she
vaginal prominent.
Potato. The fuck.
Our viewers.
Yeah. Tomato.
She goes to school, and I can tell you right now, she's getting a great education, but from what I can see of the people that have gone to the school and moved on through life, the progression, they don't get taught what fucking needs to occur when they get out of school. They're not taught how to balance a fucking checkbook. They're not taught how to fucking do taxes. They're not fucking taught how to do anything other than be a sheep.
Quick, speaking of dumbasses, we're going to get into our next segment of the Florida Man. So here is the title of this story. Florida Man kicked out a funeral after telling Alexa to play Despacito.
Nice.
Hold on. There it is. Thank you. Stop, Alexa. Shut the fuck up, Alexa.
You have to say her name first, then the
Alexa,
jackass.
Thank you.
You can't say a bunch of stuff and then say her name. Like,
okay. Listen, bitch. Alright. So, Alexa, I'm going to say it loud, is a godsend for people all around the world. She really makes things so convenient for everyone, but not this Florida man. This Florida man was at a friend's grandmother's funeral. He was supporting his friend in this tough time. There also happens to be an Alexa machine there that the grandmother would always use.
at the funeral home.
No, she didn't use that at the fucking funeral home.
I was scrolling through my fucking.
I heard the same thing. I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
At the funeral home.
I'm glad they're innovating technology.
Alexa in the casket.
It's they brought it. Oh, hold on a second. Pause. Lime is calling us again.
Oh, put her on speaker.
Okay.
Come on.
Really?
Yes, Lime.
You are live again.
Oh my God.
Oh, hello?
Hello?
What? I'm here.
Why is it putting me on live?
Because you're calling in the middle of the show.
Oh my God. Sorry, I had to go fill out a bunch of paperwork for my interesting day, so you know.
Okay.
So I just left. That's why.
Get that rash taken care of?
What?
Nothing.
What do you say?
Did you get your rash taken care of?
No, still there.
You're welcome.
Government name!
Jesus Christ!
Fucking hell.
Jesus, you just fucking poor bastard's gonna be beeping out shit for 30 minutes. Alright.
Oh, sorry. I just realized what I said. I'm sorry.
Alright, so you're on your way home?
Am I getting what to say?
What the fuck? Jesus Christ, we just talked about that.
I'm sorry.
Nope,
yes, you're still going to get Little D.
Nope, not getting him. Nope. We don't know who you're speaking of.
Oh, my Lord. Okay. All right.
I'll see you crazy assholes in a little bit.
Be careful driving and training.
No.
2 assholes and a dick.
Thank you.
That should be the name.
Bitch, my name, okay? Jesus Christ. Fucking shit. Second, it's fucking Florida. I don't know if it's fucking raining up there. It can be rain. It can be just raining in this development that we live in and not on the fucking road outside.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, well, it is raining here.
Okay, well, it's raining down here too, so be careful. Love you, and I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, love you too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
You're going to have some beeping out. All right, anyway, let me finish my goddamn story. Now, as the last goodbyes are being said, the man said, "This is too sad. Alexa, play Despacito." Everyone immediately stopped crying because they weren't sure what... Alexa, stop. They weren't sure what was going on. The man was kicked out and lost a good friend on that day. Since Alexa does everything you ask her to do.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Alexa, blow me.
Nope. Not okay.
maybe not
she has
everything
limits.
you asked me to do. All right, so here's my story.
Okay.
Parent pickup dispute leads to woman running over child's father and girlfriend. So, a Miami woman, so surprising,
You found a lot of Miami ones.
ran over the father of her child while he and his girlfriend were walking to parent pickup, police said. She put the car in drive. She knocked the two to the ground with her vehicle, then proceeded to drive over the two with her rear tires.
Jeez.
She appeared to consider fleeing the scene. She said, quote, "I was in a hurry. I saw them, but I was in a hurry." That's it. That's her defense, and that's the story. She was in a hurry, so she thought she'd run over her ex-boyfriend and his girlfriend. What do you got for us, Hurtz?
Yeah. Florida men, one dressed in a bull onesie, attempted to burn down a house.
Wait. A bold onesie?
Bull.
Bull?
Bull,
Yeah,
like
bull.
the animal.
Like the animal.
Okay.
Horns and fucking
Bold onesie. I thought they were saying bold onesie, like they were making a fashion statement during this headline.
No, but it's bull.
It's bull.
But that is bold.
B-U-L-L. Bull.
That's
Yep.
bullshit.
Well, what's more bullish is how they attempted to burn down this house.
Oh.
So they attempted to burn down a house with ragu sauce.
What?
Yeah. According to the article.
I'm guessing they didn't get very far.
According to the
Not sure
article.
how flammable that is.
Yeah.
According to the article, a 36-year-old and a 28-year-old were arrested after attempting to steal from a home and then erase the evidence with a fire started by burning a pot of ragu sauce. These men were caught red-handed.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. After they used ragu to try to burn down the house.
I'm just picturing them with the jar of ragu, like
I
splashing
don't
it all over the place.
They were in a wonderful Florida city, stealing flat screen TVs and a couple other things in an attempt to hide their burglarization of the home. They placed a towel over a camera, which hid themselves from the immediate. They placed a towel over the camera, which of course gave the homeowners a clue that something was wrong because they couldn't see their camera.
Right.
But in an attempt to evade the police, they spread. Listen here.
Speaking about sounding it out, bitch, you spelled Christmas wrong.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Where?
Tell me if that's right.
Nope.
Thank you. You're missing a letter, Dick.
Well,
the Catholic.
He's about to take the title of the smartest, stupidest person I know.
the smartest, stupidest person. So hold on.
Yeah.
I'm actually trying to take Christ out of Christmas.
Chris. Just realized.
The Catholic schoolboy just took the Christ out of Christmas. Yeah. Anyway, these dumb motherfuckers tried to burn a house down by dumping ragu.
You watch it?
Yeah, they tried to dump ragu all over a fucking thing and light it on fire.
Oh my lord!
All right.
So they got caught because they were obviously covered in a bunch of spaghetti sauce, but moreover, they're fucking fucktards.
Wow.
And that's why they got caught.
That was a good Florida man.
Yeah.
We usually like looking forward to those each episode, but now I want to get into back to our Christmas theme.
Oh.
I would like to get back into our funny Christmas crimes. So I know I've looked up some. You probably have some fucking personal ones experienced when you were working.
No, because no crime is.
Bye-bye.
God damn it! Go to the names! Felix only got one.
That was more.
All right. So
Funny.
I'm going to go over my two, and then I'll pass it over here to Captain and Mr. fucking Hurtz. So one of my one story titled "Mafia Men Arrested Over Christmas Flower Extortion."
I like it.
So in 2013, police in Italy arrested 4 mafia gangsters. I found that offensive. Over
Which part? That they got arrested?
yes, yes, yes. I mean that's bullshit. Over a Christmas with a T extortion scam. The men have been forcing shop owners to buy poinsettias, red leaf plants known in Italy as Christmas stars, for 100
They
times.
have to describe it like people don't know what
I know.
fucking poinsettia.
I know. For 100 times
You
the
don't know
wholesale
what a poinsettia
price.
is, you're part of the problem.
That's it.
I'm gonna hit
And
the
that's
button
just
and kill
why these fucking guys had to do what they had to do. But they were selling them for 100 times the wholesale price, demanding as much as €100 or $140 a plant for the past 3 holiday seasons. The great thing is they got away with it for 3 seasons before somebody started opening up their fucking mouth. Anyway, owners who refused the mob, again, derogatory word, Christmas offer with the T, had their shops vandalized. My second story.
I mean, it's a shame if things happen. You know, one never knows what could happen.
I'm not
in
even
the shop.
gonna.
Allegedly.
Hope they have
I'm
insurance.
just going to read the title of the story. I'm not even going to get into it.
Okay.
And here's why.
Title only.
Police issue description of stolen Christmas tree as 6 foot tall with lots of green branches and prickly
Stop
bits.
it.
Swear to
Stop
God, prickly bits. Right there. Prickly bits.
I've seen a tree
Prickly bits.
exactly matching that description in my mother's house.
Once
I think it was
in my
the
living
mother.
room right now.
I think it was
Right
the
now.
mother.
Yeah. So those are my fucked up, funny Christmas stories.
So,
Have you looked up any, Mr. Hurtz, or do you have some?
I have one that occurred around the Christmas season.
All right, so
which was it's not really a crime, but when I tell the story, you will understand why it's a crime.
Oh, good. Then we'll finish off with that one. I like it. Go ahead, Captain.
So I have
Captain?
so many to choose from, but this one says she stabbed her man with a ceramic squirrel. A 44-year-old North Charleston, South Carolina woman was not about to let the holiday pass without stocking up on brewskis. Helen Williams unleashed her wrath on her husband when he came back home without any beer. Williams allegedly beat and stabbed her man with a ceramic squirrel because stores were closed on Christmas Eve, meaning that there would be no beer to guzzle. The victim was found on the floor covered in blood, and Williams apparently explained that he fell. He, quote, fell. My true love stabbed me with a fucking squirrel statue. The Charleston County Sheriff's Office wanted to know why Williams was herself covered in blood. After that, the story got a little bit more context. The man said that Williams attacked because he didn't bring home the beer. Williams was charged with domestic violence for stabbing her man in the shoulder and chest with a ceramic squirrel.
Jesus.
So there's that one. And then I have this other one that says, intruder decorates home for Christmas.
Well, that was nice of him.
It was a pretty unnerving event when a boy, 11 years old, spotted a 44-year-old burglar stranger in his Ohio home. Terry Trent, described high on bath salts, had broken into the home, but fortunately he didn't mean any harm. What he actually did was put up Christmas decorations and lounge around. He lit candles, hung a wreath on the garage door, and kicked back and watched some TV with the volume turned up loud.
And fuck the dog.
No one disclosed what he was watching, but we're going to hazard a guess that it was Christmas themed. The 11-year-old boy saw what Trent was doing around the house, and first of all, just so you know, what does it say? The boy saw what Trent was dong. So, we're not the only fucking retards.
Dong.
You know, when it was dong around the house. Called his mom, who was actually next door at the time at her neighbor's. Yeah, we know.
we know what's going on at the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
So, Trent was described as polite and said to the child, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'll get my things and go."
He was naked?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't say.
There is a story about a mall Santa allegedly groping an 18-year-old elf, but you know,
There's one of those every year though.
So,
right?
They're not
those are our Christmas crimes.
Nice. All right. So, Mr. Hurtz.
So, one night around the holiday season,
Are there sugar plums involved?
yeah, as a matter of fact, I had a friend of mine that used to frequent a local bar in the city in which I was a wonderful police officer for almost 6 years. I was given the opportunity to have a ride-along come with me. Yay. So, and as Coke, you know, those are always fun experiences.
Yes, they are. They are. Good times.
So, the area that I had to patrol was our downtown area, and our downtown area had several local drinking establishments and things like that. One of which I knew that there were several people that I knew would be there. One of those individuals had fantastically wonderful fake tits. I mean, they were like, whoever her doctor was, she would never tell me where she got them done or everything like that, but they were fucking amazing. I wanted to just shake that guy's hand because he did an immaculate job. No scars, no nothing, can't see anything. Anyway, so this ride-along and myself are sitting out in the parking lot of where this establishment empties out into the breezeway and how people have to walk to their cars and stuff. And I'm parked where I can see if anything is going to be a problem. People are coming out, you know, agitated, fighting and whatnot. And this ride-along is just asking me some questions, and we're talking. And he's like 20 years old, you know, doesn't know dick about the world, blah, blah, blah. And sorry for all you 20-year-old or even 21-year-olds out there. You don't know dick about the world. But anyway, he sees my friend walking up to the car, and she's in her Han Solo outfit. In case those of you who in case of those of you who don't know what the Han Solo outfit is, the knee-high UGG boots with the fuzzy raffles around them, the skin-tight jeans tucked into them, the little tiny short scruff shirt, you know, with like almost like a tube top kind of thing, and then a jacket over the top of it where she looks like some kind of smuggler out of Star Wars, or it could be possibly a shaved Wookiee. Anyway, in this point, she's looking pretty good, but she comes walking over to her car, and she sees my patrol car sitting there, and she does not see the ride-along in the passenger side. She only sees the car because our cars were all distinct. They had numbers. They had our names on the sides of them and things like that. So she sees, Officer Dick Hurtz' car sitting there. She proceeds to walk over to my driver's side window, and she pulls her tube top down and smushes these fantastic tits right onto my windshield.
Merry Christmas.
Like right onto the side window. And she's smeared it all around to the point where they're leaving swirls and stuff. It was fantastic. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. So she gets done, blows a little kiss, says goodnight, talk to me later, all that kind of stuff. She gets in the car and she drives off. I didn't say anything. I was just sitting there watching what was happening. The fucking kid sitting next to me, he says, "You weren't going to, like, take her to jail for indecent exposure?"
First of all, kid, shut the fuck up.
Well, I looked right at him without skipping a beat. And I said, "Did you see those?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What the fuck was indecent about that?" He goes, "Well, and I said, "Yeah, ride-along's over." And I drove him back to the station and kicked him out of the fucking car.
Yeah, get him the hell out of here, will you, please?
I'm like, "You gotta go, bro."
Really, no other
I
option?
said, "Sorry, man."
There's not.
And that was my Christmas cheer. I got to see wonderful titties and then make a fucking, I would probably say, a guy that squats to pee go home for the night.
So on that note, happy Christmahana Kwanzaa. This is only the end of part 1 of our Christmas special, so don't forget there's a part 2. It's already locked and loaded. Feel free to jump into the next episode, and we'll catch you on the flip side.